Alright, what's going on, guys? My name's Chopper. So today I have something a little bit different for you guys. There's no storyline information, there's no zombie stuff today, no DLC or anything like that. Today's not about zombies. Today I just kind of want to sit down and tell you guys a little bit of a life story or something that had happened to me. Now, I can do stuff like this a little bit more often if you guys would like me to. Like, if you guys want me to do a story time episode, maybe just every once a month, you know, whatever it might be. Obviously, it's going to be a different story every time, but if you guys want me to do this a little bit more often, you guys can let me know in the comment section down below, because I'd love to do more stuff like this. It's just how much you guys want to see it. So let me know how much you want to see stuff like this in the comments, and I'll kind of base it off of that. But we can obviously do more stuff like this if you guys are into it. So let's go ahead and get into today's story, which is the time I got kicked out of the public pool. So what you need to know about this public pool is that this is where I used to spend so much time. Like, I would get a pass every single year, ever since I was a little kid, and all of my friends, including Metro Gaming, who's also a part of the story, but all of our friends would get these passes to this pool, and we would hang out here during the summer. This was like our #1 hangout spot. Everybody had a pass. If you know you were one of our friends, this is where we'd meet up every single day of the summer. This is kind of where we spent the majority of our time. And eventually it got to a point where we were spending so much time up there that we felt like the regulars, because like I said, ever since we were little, all of our friends had been getting passes there from year to year, and we would spend like the majority of our summer there. So we kind of felt like the regulars. We felt like the big dogs of the place. So eventually we got the idea that one day we wanted to start a prank show, and the prank show is not going to be on YouTube or anything. It was just strictly going to be recorded on Metro Gaming. He's like, he had like this really crappy phone. I don't even really remember what it was. It was like a flip up Samsung, I believe. It was like this really old blue phone that barely even recorded video. It was like 15-second clips. It was just really, really bad. It wasn't anything that we could actually make real quality videos off of, but it was all we had to work with. So what we're gonna do is go around and just kind of put clips together of us pranking people at this pool, and that sounded like an awesome idea to us as kids. I was like probably 13 about this time, so we thought that this is gonna be awesome. You know, go around, prank people. They can't say anything because we're the regulars here and everybody likes us, right? That's what our kind of mindset was, that we were gonna go prank people and they can't even really do anything about it. We had a lot of different ideas for pranks that we actually carried out, and only one of them got us in trouble. Now, that was like the last prank we did, but one of the first pranks we did was actually, what I would do is take a pop bottle, like some Dr. Pepper bottle. I would go and fill it up with pool water. Then I would sit in the stall and wait for somebody to come in. You know, somebody comes to the bathroom, they're doing their business. Metro would go and hide somewhere, kind of like low-key record with this camera to see their reaction, and I would pour it really loudly into the toilet and act like I'm struggling, like I have some constipation or whatever. Just make it sound absolutely disgusting and see what the reaction is. And honestly, that one was kind of funny because we did get a couple reactions out of people. Some people knew that we were fake and just, you know, because it wasn't real, because we were 13. We didn't really know how to prank people at the time, but I think we did get a couple people who actually kind of thought that there was something going on there. But that was one of our pranks that I guess did get away with. Like, nobody had to say anything about it, because what can you really say about something like that, right? But that wasn't even the prank that got us in trouble. Another prank that we did, not exactly the prank that got us in trouble, but another one that me and Metro did. Basically, we were in the game room, right? And this game room had foosball, it had arcade games, and it also had like one of those mini basketball hoops that you can like play against your friend. It had 2 hoops, and basically you just kind of shoot, you know, see who can get the most in the amount of time given. And we were doing that, and what he would do, he'd let me beat him, and then right when I would win, he would turn around and he would just sock me, just like sucker punch me right in the face. I would fall over the foosball table, and we practiced this a lot to make it look legit. And obviously there's other little kids there, so they all completely thought it was real. It was like WWE. Like, he just smacked me right in the face. I flew over the foosball table, and I ran out of the game room, and then I come back in, and then everybody's like, "Are you all right?" Like, we actually got some little kids pranked on that. I don't think any adults saw the one, and that if they did, we probably would have gotten in trouble for that one. But that's not even the one that got us in trouble either. The one we did do next was the one that actually got us kicked out of the pool. Now, in hindsight, this prank was probably one of the stupidest things we could have ever done. It wasn't even really a prank, it's just us being annoying. So basically, our plan was to go in the water while people are swimming and just kind of grab their ankles. Like, just grab one ankle with our hands. Like, we're not actually pulling them underwater or anything. We're just strictly just wrapping our hands around their ankles for some weird reason. I don't know, we thought that was funny back then. Like I said, I was 13. I didn't know what a good prank was. I thought we were just, you know, I thought we were the funniest people ever. All we were really doing is just wrapping our hands around people's ankles for like 2 seconds and letting go and swimming away, just to make them feel uncomfortable. Like, it wasn't even a thing to like pull them underwater. Like I said, it wasn't like that at all. We were just strictly wrapping our hands around their ankles just for the fact of it, just to make them feel weird. So when me and Metro got into the pool, we started swimming, and we weren't really going after specific targets. Like, it wasn't one person that we were going after in particular. We were just going on to different people, anybody and everybody, just kind of grabbing their ankles and see who could get the best reaction. And so I went up to this one guy, and it was in about the 12 foot. It was at the deep end, but he was by the ladder. So like, obviously I wasn't gonna cause him any harm. There wasn't gonna be any problem, even if I did pull. He was on the ladder anyway, but I grabbed his ankle for like 2 to 3 seconds, and then I swam away. But apparently, just based on his reaction, I think that got the lifeguard's attention. So what happened when I got out of the water? The lifeguard called me and Metro over, and we went over to like where he was standing. He was kind of like on the side of the pool on his lifeguard chair, and he said, "Did you just touch that kid's butt?" And I'm like, "No, I grabbed his ankle." He's like, "No, I saw you." He's like, "I just watched with my own." I was like, "I promise you, I didn't. I grabbed this kid's ankle." So what he did, we had to stand up against the wall for like 15 minutes, like up against the pool wall. We were just kind of chilling there, and he gets off of his chair and tells the manager what had happened. Now the manager already doesn't like me. You gotta kind of get this in your mind. So I'm already at a disadvantage here. The manager doesn't like me or my mom, so obviously, you know, I'm kind of screwed here. But basically, he told the manager that me and Metro were touching kids' butts in the pool, like everybody's, and that was obviously not the case. You know, we were grabbing people's ankles. But basically, what happened? The manager came over and she called us into her office. We had to explain what had happened, and she did not believe us. We said that we were grabbing kids' ankles, and they even called some of the kids in there to be like, "Hey, did this kid touch your butt or his ankle?" And everybody said ankle, and then they still kicked us out because they didn't. Number one, they didn't like me, and also they just didn't really believe us for whatever reason. So we actually got kicked out by that point. But the story's not over yet. Now, me and Metro were leaving the pool really salty because we got kicked out for no really good reason. It was something that we weren't even guilty of, and when I told my mom what had happened, why I got kicked out of the pool, I mean, she was mad at me because she didn't know if I really did this or not. She was kind of upset at me or just kind of frustrated at me, but she was a lot more mad at the managers there because, like I said, they already don't get along, and they know that they're already just trying to make my life misery. So we actually had to go up to the pool, and me and my mom went to the manager's office, and I sat down in front of every lifeguard and every manager at that specific public pool, and I had to apologize for touching kids' butts. And they said that I could come back the next day, but that was honestly the most embarrassing thing I've ever had to do. I do apologize for a crime that I did not do, just to get out of the way. My mom said, "I know you didn't do this, but at least just kind of humor them. Just tell them that you did so they'll stop, you know, just kind of ridiculing you for this." So I had to get that out of the way, but that was cool. But you want to know how I got rewarded that day? Later that day, this is how I remember this day in my mind, is because I actually got my first iPhone 4S that day. That was the day I got my first iPhone. So that day kind of went from really bad to really good, just real quick. But that's kind of why I remembered that mine so like deeply in my memory. But anyway, that's pretty much it. That's why we got kicked out of the pool. And honestly, guys, if you're ever planning to do pranks at the pool, make sure you don't go grab kids' ankles, because obviously from maybe over top of the water, they can get a different representation or interpretation of what's actually going on under there. We were only grabbing kids' ankles, but I'm sure it could have looked like we were actually touching kids' butts. I really don't know about this lifeguard anyway, but I'm sure he didn't like me anyway. But anyway, that is pretty much it for you guys today. That's really all I got. If you guys did enjoy this, make sure to leave a like. And if you guys want me to do this stuff kind of more often, maybe tell a life story, maybe once a month, let me know about that in the comment section down below. If you guys would like me to do this stuff more often, because I most definitely can do that. I just need to know how much you guys want to see that. So that's, like I said, that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. If you guys did enjoy this, make sure to leave a like. I really would appreciate it. See if we can hit 40 likes on this video. That'd be awesome. Thank you all for watching the video, and I will catch you guys on the next one.